I want to take a minute here to talk about the strange anomalies that live within the game world. And although you know that developers or people who work in game creation created the game, there's one question that you always bear or bother, or maybe you don't bother to ask, but it's just always in the back of your head. And I'm always wondering, you know, what caused them to create the structures that are in the game the way they are. So, what I mean by that is that in real life, there's structures that were created by some some other kind of force that we don't know of, right? And in the game, there's a certain way they created those structures that almost coincide with the structures here on Earth. And it almost begs the question, like, what gave the developer the thought to make it that way, right? So it's very memorable, right? Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. The Dark Souls world and the monolithic structures that exist in that world always begs the question of why it was created like that and with so fine detail, and it matches the type of style that lives here on Earth, the monolithic structures that we can't explain. And pretty much, this is where I go into to kind of like try to understand what these structures mean in the game, what they mean in real life, right? But I've always come back to the conclusion that I'm always saying, well, if there's no context in real life, then there's no context within the game world, right? So when you look at the structures within the game world, you just have to assume that some ancient being did the same thing that what we speculate here in real life, that we think magic and electricity was being beamed down like through that, all that. So the game world almost becomes a comic. The real life world almost becomes a movie. You see what I mean? So that's where it comes down to. If you see the game world as a comic, that's where I'm always thinking it's a comic. Some wizard did all that, right? Like Harry Potter. And then in real life, it becomes a movie in happening all in real time. It's just crazy, man.